You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, God, here we go.
That was so loud. Those laughs. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
All right, Raju.
Raju, get the mayo.
You guys are
It's going to be nonsense for everyone
You
listening.
guys are idiots.
You raised us. Buka.
Puka. No.
Renaya. Or just Naya. Because
You can't see me if you're not watching. I'm rolling my fucking eyes
because
right
that's
now.
transition.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. How are you, Dad?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. How are you, Bryce?
and
Bryce
you,
is
I'm
here.
good. Fan favorites back. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
3 weeks in a row.
Wow. It's good. I can slowly fade out. You guys can do this.
Yeah, we get more success for sure.
Do it.
No, we wouldn't.
I'll leave right now.
That was 100% a joke. I acknowledge that you.
No, look how serious he's getting.
Please don't leave. Please don't leave.
No, I acknowledge that you.
Ronnie, I love you. You don't have to acknowledge
You are the
anything.
bread and butter of this show.
Ronnie, thank you, but you don't have to.
Did you finish your whole bottle of water already? Oh, no.
No, but it will be done soon.
Chug it, I dare you. You can't finish that in one sip without breathing.
You okay? First of all,
I don't think you can. I also
I'm
double
not
down
doing
on
the
that.
challenge. Doesn't matter. But I 100% can.
Because he can't. He knows that he can't. So he. Yes, he said, wow. Couldn't do it.
Classic Buka.
Such a Renaya. What we're referencing is the Manti Teo documentary that we just watched.
the first part of it.
It's crazy.
You
Crazy.
guys are idiots.
Yeah. I honestly, at this point, I do think Bryce and I spend a little too much time together that it's like
It's bad.
It's a problem. Yeah.
You guys are weird.
Is that one on the right supposed to be all the way down?
This is the one that does the
That's the sound.
Oh,
You
the
gotta-
music?
You got to keep that up so that when we.
at the end.
No, but like if I want to do that,
Fair enough. Thank you.
which I do fairly often,
yeah. Okay. No problem.
for all the bad jokes that you make, I have to hit the. But shh.
All right. So everybody good?
Yes.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good, buddy.
Good.
You got to whiten your teeth a little bit. Coffee. It's a lot of coffee. That's what it is.
I haven't.
It's not bad.
I just haven't whitened my teeth in like a year.
Me
I
neither.
just don't
I
do
did it the
How
other
am I?
day.
What?
It
Are they?
burns. I
No,
don't
what
know.
happens? Yeah, it
That's
does.
great. I probably have the best teeth in the family. Let's
No.
be honest.
Okay. I do.
No.
Not even close.
Never had a cavity in my life.
No.
Wait,
You
wait,
might have
wait,
the
wait,
healthiest.
wait.
I have objectively the nicest looking teeth.
It gets sensitive for like a couple.
You
a
have
day or
nice
two,
looking teeth.
right?
Thank
For a
you.
day or two, it gets
I have the nicest
sensitive?
looking teeth. I also think I have the best eyes in the whole family.
No, I 100% of the best.
No,
eyes
Look at
in
my
the family.
teeth.
Somebody told
Your
me.
teeth are nice, too.
Somebody
Nice
told
for
me I have the best
middle-aged
eyes
man.
ever. I get that all the time.
Me too. My eyes are brighter than his. Are they not?
You guys have a lot of.
You both. Well, he has the sun facing, so I can't.
You guys have a lot of great traits about you. That's
You
not what
guys
I'm
have
saying.
both have nice eyes.
I objectively have
Your
the
eyes are
best
right.
eyes. Objectively have the best teeth, and by far the best arms in the entire family.
You definitely
You have the best arms, for sure.
But I don't. My
But not
teeth,
the best
My
eyes.
teeth are good. Remember, I got
You do?
W8.
No, you do have great teeth, but there's something special about mine.
Yes,
Why?
they are. I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
buddy.
Dad. Thank you.
Kid, so cute. Lenny.
All right, Puka.
This is not even. Oh God! How do we keep listeners?
It's a great question. We've
No,
gained
but-
a lot of listeners in the past couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen
How do we
the numbers
gain
go
them?
up. So
Unbelievable.
if this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm sorry.
We've only been doing it 3 minutes. I was like, thought I was going to look. I was going to say 15 minutes.
It goes fast.
we just started.
fuck's calling
We
me?
said one Renaya.
Oh, my friend EJ's calling.
Well, we're in the middle of a show,
Yeah,
so
okay. No worries. Okay.
what do you? Okay, so if you think your best quality, your quality is the best arms in the family, what do you think my best is? What do you think Dad's best is? If you're the objective,
So
truth
we're
teller.
talking just looks.
a trait, yeah. Because you said
You
best
probably
arms.
have, Burke probably has the best hair in the family.
I don't know. You have good hair too. All you guys have good hair.
No, I have
Bryce
very,
has like black person hair.
Can't say that. You cannot
Why?
say that.
Bryce has black person hair.
No, I don't think so.
It's like
No, I do.
wiry.
I don't know if it's black person hair, but I have very like wiry hair.
Like my hair is like soft. And
my hair
silky.
grows out. I would grow out. If I grew it out, it would grow out into Jufro. It wouldn't grow out like that.
Yeah, like our hair textures are just different.
That's
Okay.
why I have to get a haircut like every 2 weeks.
So what is it about Bronny?
You're the most feminine in the family.
Wow, it's a tough
I have the
one.
best brain in the family.
Yes, no, for sure. You're the smartest in the family.
Hell yeah.
Which is a good and a bad thing.
Yes. Why is it a bad thing, Dad?
It's just a good and a bad thing.
Why?
More money, more problem. More brain cell. More annoying.
Okay. Good topic.
What's Dad's?
I mean, he's so much older than us. That's unfair. But
So
for
much. Not just older,
but
so
for a
much.
55-year-old man, you're objectively a good-looking man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You
I
get a
feel
bunch
like
of
half of the
You get
people.
a bunch of super weird people who watch this podcast and like, your dad's so hot.
Right. Half the people only
And I'm
watch
like, you're
because
you're
attractive.
16.
That's funny. What?
I'm like, you're 16 following this TikTok about.
Yeah, but people are weird.
People are strange.
That's one thing we all definitely agree
I think
on.
I've gotten better with age.
You like
I do.
fine wine.
Men do. Men
usually get better with age.
Some do, but I think I got
Men
better.
age gracefully. Like, you can't breathe right into the mic, Bryce. If you have to breathe, or was that Dad? I don't know what that was. Every time you have to breathe.
Yeah.
No, I think Mom and I've gotten better with age.
Yeah, that happens. If you can take care of yourself.
Right. You got to take care of yourself. It's
Also,
work.
it's part of today's culture. I feel like 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't so much about like,
Pa looked good.
yeah, but that's just because Pa was objectively a cool guy, was
Right.
always a bodybuilder, was always.
Right.
you
He
know.
looked good. He looked good.
Like, think about like early 2000s men had like, they were all thinning hair, like they all just wore not nice
people
clothes.
also-
Cargo shorts and like
yeah,
with a big thing.
and like a polo with like a little logo.
I feel like younger people look older than they ever have, and older people look younger than they ever have. Like a 50-year-old now probably looks like what a 70 or like what a
30-year-old.
a 70-year-old 30 years ago probably looks like what a 50-year-old looks like now. No,
No, that
I'm
doesn't
saying
make-
it the
you're
opposite.
saying
way.
the opposite.
I want it the opposite way.
A 50-year-old man is like what a 30-year-old person looked like years
Not
ago.
30, but maybe 40.
yeah, 100%.
But there's a lot of guys. It's true. A lot of people I see in their 50s. These guys, they're looking good. A lot
but
of
there's
50-year-old
also-
men
It's hard
look
to
good.
tell now.
Okay.
Sometimes you look at someone and you're like,
Well, I think the hair gives it away. Like on someone like, look, if I look at myself in the mirror and I know you look like a middle-aged man. You just look good for a middle-aged man.
No, but you could probably pass.
but you look
could
closer
probably
to 40
pass
than
for
60.
45.
You
I
look
don't
close. If someone were to guess you 60 or 40, I just by thinking of those numbers, I would guess you're closer on the 40 side than to 60 side, but you're not. You're much closer to 60.
Yeah, I'm 4.5 years away from it.
Yeah. But like 60 to me is old. In my mind, it isn't
I
anything.
get it.
I mean,
No, but I still
it is
think it is
old.
old.
It just
It's
isn't
old.
that much anymore. Like 60
It's
is
old.
No, you can like do everything at 60 now.
You can still do it at
everything you
like,
can
with
at
30.
30.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is
But
crazy.
I feel like a 60-year-old
But 70 you can't. There's a big
70's
difference. That 10-year
old.
spread. I think it's
but
gonna
it
be
keep might getting lower and lower, you know?
I'm hoping. I think usually there's a big difference between 60 and 70. Hope it's less.
Yeah, but there also probably used to be a big difference between 40 and 50, and now there isn't. So I think it might keep getting smaller
I
and
think
smaller.
I just think I just have to keep working out and trying to look
working
good.
out really helps longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity of life.
You're right.
And
Your
not
whole
like
course.
not extending your life, but extending your useful life.
Your
you know?
quality
being
of life.
better.
Yes, yeah.
Being able to move and be mobile and think straight. And
But I think also people now, like, to me, I see myself as 23, the way I look. But people have asked me if I'm in my 30s. Like,
yeah.
And when we watch Love Island,
I know.
these people who are 23, to me, they
Look
look like
older.
they're in their 30s.
I always
But I'm sure people also think that of us. Just in our head, we've known ourselves for 23
Right.
years.
But I think you guys are more mature. I would think you would probably be in your mid to late 20s, Bryce, and Bronson like in his early 30s.
No, Bronson's like 65.
like when I watch Love Island, I'm older than the majority of those people on that show. And when I watch it, I view them all as older than me.
You're Davide's age. I see Davide as 10, 15 years older than you.
Yeah.
Just because
I
I know
even
you
see
so
Gemma,
well.
who's 19. I think she's old.
Yeah.
It's just also when you're watching
Why
a show.
the TV you expect,
You're watching
yeah.
TV,
Of
so it's like
course.
professional. So you
think,
just
right.
expect that they're going
makes
to be
sense.
older.
That makes sense.
But yeah, we were just talking about that in the car yesterday. Not age, but that time. Bryce and I were saying like time is both. It moves so fast and so slow at the exact same time. Like a year ago, what were we talking about a year ago? Your birthday?
My birthday.
We were like, Bryce's birthday is coming up. And a year ago, you can't breathe into the mic
Sorry.
like that. For all those new listeners, we are not an unprofessional podcast. We've been doing this for 2 years. I don't know why all of a sudden he's breathing into the mic like this is our second episode.
You're very unprofessional, Father.
Yeah.
Wow.
Father Puka.
No, but you were just saying that.
You're an idiot.
Through and through.
It's not even funny. It doesn't. The fact that it's just retarded. All right, go ahead.
Kids are retarded.
We
I
say
can,
retarded on
and I
this
say
show.
it. Oh fuck, whatever the fuck I want to say, Bryce.
Nice. Live your life.
I am going to live my life.
That's what
I know, but my arms are comfortable crossing. That's it.
Live your life. Live your life.
You're so
No, I'm just comfortable.
No, but that means you're uncomfortable.
No, I'm comfortable. I'm just relaxing my arms there because it's too.
But you're not open to this
it's like
conversation.
this.
It
It's
is
like
uncomfy, and
it's
No,
like.
but see how whenever I said in the podcast, I've turned both to you. I'm open. Because
Well, I can't turn something in the middle.
But I'm open to this conversation. If you're like this with your arms tightly closed,
No,
you're
he's
closed
in the middle.
off.
He's
promise
in
you
the
I'm
middle.
open. I'm just. I feel
Body
like,
language is a revealer.
I just feel very.
He's in the middle.
Confined.
We're also
yeah,
like,
and we're
this
like
thing.
very
turn to right, turn down, and
I don't
yelling
mind
in his
that,
face.
but I'm very
calling him trans.
No, I'm very confined. I just figure my arms. Like if I do this, it's just. I feel like I'm man spreading. All right, continue.
Which is nothing wrong with man spreading.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
I only ever man spread.
Well, you have to. You too.
I have to. I
too
can't even
big.
fit in this chair.
No,
That's
you're right up in there.
And look at
Patriarchal sexist.
I got
of you.
minus 4 inches because the freaking
Yeah, true.
build
That
of the
sucks.
table.
That sucks.
And every time I finish, there's a giant line on the side of my leg after every podcast.
We just need smaller chairs. We can't.
No,
fit
but
I
this
can't
works
fit
for
into a
us.
smaller chair.
This works for us. This is what
It works
we
for
do.
me and you, but
Right.
Bryce.
But he's not
doesn't
part
work.
of it. He's just a guest.
That's true.
He's the
I don't
only
have
guest.
daddy
He's a
issues.
special guest.
You're the only guest. It's usually on the most.
You have the most daddy issues.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I have the least daddy issues.
I don't think any of you guys have daddy issues.
You have daddy issues. Burke has mommy issues. I
What
just have
daddy issues?
I
do
just
I
have issues.
Dad and I are just too similar that it.
Brian gets annoyed with me sometimes. You see it like at lunch.
And you get annoyed with me. What do you?
I never get annoyed with you. I love you. I never
fine.
get annoyed with you. Seriously. My boys
You
cannot
can
annoy
still
me.
love someone and be annoyed
Correct.
by them.
But my boys don't annoy me. So no, you
Getting
don't.
annoyed by something.
You guys do not.
And
But you don't annoy me. I'm telling you, 100%. I might get mad if somebody you don't annoy me.
Bronson annoys me for sure.
And Bryce annoys me every
Yeah.
day. He comes home and he puts his fucking backpack on the counter.
Hey, your bag's been here for 2 days. Did you bring it up yet?
No, but it's right on the floor.
It is on the floor. You can't put it on the counter. But it's
No, I would never put it on the
You've been
counter
here for
ever.
a day. You got to bring it upstairs. What are you living out of your bag?
Yeah,
Bring it in your room.
I have like one T-shirt. In
Is
there
there
with my
shit in
study
your room?
books.
Is there still shit in your room that's got to be moved from the construction?
Oh my god, my room is full of frames.
What am I going to do with all that stuff?
I don't know.
And what about you? Is there
There's
stuff?
absolutely nothing. In my
All right,
room.
good. All right.
Cool. My room is just the storage room.
That's okay. It's almost done. What's
Daddy issues.
What daddy issues do I have? None.
I don't know what is daddy. I don't know what daddy issues for a guy
Means you have an issue.
Oh, like you have to fill a father void.
Well, a lot of people, you and Brant definitely have daddy issues. Daddy issues isn't a bad thing. I don't meet, and Brant is his brother. Daddy issues.
That's a dangerous topic.
Daddy
to bring
issues
up,
isn't a
Bronson.
bad thing. Sometimes it can make you good, but you definitely have issues related to your father that are separate than your mom, and it's because he was your father.
Well, of course it would have to be separate because one's a father, one's a mother, right?
Right,
That
and so
makes sense.
therefore they're your daddy issues.
But I don't think I think I've look. I guess you wish things could be somewhat different, but I'm at peace with the.
I think we
the good
all.
and the bad with my,
I think
with
we
my
all
father.
actually have our own daddy issues. I hate saying daddy.
course.
What do you
issues,
have?
I know,
but
it's called
what issues
dad.
do you
well,
have
I
with
think
me?
you always, as a guy, especially if your father's a very stern father, and like a successful father, you always want to be like, okay, I have to make them proud.
Yeah,
I have
you
to make
want
them
their
proud. I have to make them
approval.
proud.
That's
And
a daddy issue.
You know, you're always like,
And
I know
gonna
I'm
say this
always
without-
making
I'm
you
gonna
proud.
say this. I'm gonna
Please
say
don't
this without
cry.
getting tears into my eyes. You guys, 110%.
I'm uncomfortable already.
Are you really? Oh, you
I'm
took
joking.
A nice
No, we're joking.
moment.
Dad, I'm
Say it,
joking.
say it.
See, now-
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to use humor to break the uncomfortable.
But why is it uncomfortable? You've already made me proud of 3 of you boys, and I always say that if I, God forbid, I passed away tomorrow, I can leave this earth knowing I did right by my boys. So you don't have to worry about making me more proud. Your mother and I are very proud of the 3 of you as great human beings, and we feel very blessed. So you guys have achieved that. So don't live your life to make me proud. You've already done it.
No, but that also. But I
Thank
disagree.
you, first of all. Thank you.
But I do
And-
disagree with that. I think as a kid, especially as a son, because I can't think about daughters, but as a son, not your whole goal, but a goal in life is to constantly do things that you think your parents would approve of.
Okay, I
because
think
they're
you
your
don't
parents.
I think you don't want to disappoint is what you're
and
saying.
if you respect your parents, then that's something that you want their approval or their agreement that or their happiness for
But
you.
it's a
Like,
different-
if they approve that you're living a good life as a child, then that's fulfilling as the
Okay.
child as well as fulfilling
I
as
do
the
get.
parent.
I do 1 minute, Bryce. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
do get that. I understand that, but I'm telling you,
But you shouldn't make your decisions just because it's what your parents would want.
No.
But I don't think any of us do that.
it's a normal thing.
A lot of people do
It's
do
a
that.
normal thing to want to get approval and not disappoint your parents. That I get. I understand that.
That's like the most normal thing.
Okay. However, what I'm saying is, Mom and I, really know that who the 3 of you are at this point in your life. You have all 3 proven to be very worthwhile human beings that we're so proud of that I don't think you three would even be able to do something or make such a bad decision that would ever disappoint us. Even if, let me explain that, even if you did something bad or something that might, God forbid, hopefully never happens, is a life-altering fuck-up thing for your life, you still could not disappoint us because it's just a mistake that we would always love and support you. So there's nothing you can do to be ashamed of because we think you have the three of you we've instilled and you have proven have the right values in you guys that we're always there for you, that we would never be disappointed in you. We would always love and support you. And if you got off the wrong path or the wrong track, we would help you get back on that track. But you guys are such good people. You couldn't disappoint us. We love you no matter what, through thick and thin. So I don't think that would ever happen.
Thank you.
But I also do think it's important, especially if a child-parent relationship is healthy and filled with mutual respect and all that stuff, that as a child, I don't mean a child as in like a 5-year-old, just
I
as
understand what you're saying.
as the kid to the parent, it's a good way to like gauge making your decisions based on, is this something my parents would approve of or not?
I respect that.
That's like, especially if you like look up to your parents, which hopefully
respect
every
that, yes.
kid in the world looks up to their parents. It's sad if you don't. That should be the goal of parents and kids, right? That the kid should view their parent as respectable and honorable and someone that they should achieve after. Then therefore you like, it's like a more about, some people use it with God, right? Some people are like, is this a decision that God would be ashamed of me to do? And then they don't do it. And I think it's okay to do that with your parents sometimes.
I tend to agree with you.
But if you're living your entire life just to make your parents happy, then that's its own form of daddy issues. And people do that, of course.
I think the point that I was making is not so much, your point was you guys have already made me proud. You guys are past this line of where you could ever disappoint me. You could never disappoint me.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think, well, no, different. If we start murdering people, like obviously.
Okay,
but that's saying we would never be at that place
Of
because
course.
he knows.
No,
it.
And by the way, I'm sorry, Bryce. You guys will make bad decisions.
Of course.
I thought that was be like, and if you were murdering people, we would support you. We'd help you clean up.
But that doesn't mean you can disappoint Mom and I. That just means you're human, and that means you have a right to make those and learn from those decisions.
Course.
It's how you react after the mistake.
I think the point I was trying to make is, like, my relationship with you and my relationship with Mom is very different relationships. As somebody who's a successful business owner, your father is a successful business owner, very strict though, and you're a strict parent as well. It's not that I ever want to disappoint. I never want to disappoint you. It's that if I do something good in business, if I do something good in sports, if I get these accolades, right? Part of, not why I do it for myself, but part of the payoff is that you'll be like, oh, that's awesome. I'm proud of you for doing that.
It's a measured thing of success.
Yes, but also like when I say Mom, she's like, oh, that's amazing. She's supportive of me when it's a specific thing like business, sports, like these
achievement.
These manly achievements though. Yeah. Not business is manly.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit bothered by that.
Why?
That Bryce is saying I think what he's saying is he's found it in his life that it's easier to gauge his success with you through specific achievements rather than overall stuff. Maybe that's just been his perception.
No, not even that, because I think that has a negative connotation.
I don't.
What I'm saying is, there's a couple things like when I would make a great play in football. I know Mom was like, "Oh my God, Bryce, I'm so proud of you." But for you were like I saw
it's a manly success.
Like it was
a
part of you was making that play too. And I was like, if I make a great business decision, Mom's she is a successful businesswoman as well. But part of that is like you're very business oriented. I like to think that part of me comes from you as well. I'm making that in your footsteps almost.
Right. And that's
kind
I think
of
it's
how
also
I'm
good
saying.
to have those both, because I think with Mom too, I bet you would think that Mom would be more proud of you in a specific situation, like if you
when I help people,
or
I mean, you're extremely good
your
person.
breakup with your recent ex, how you handled that. Mom probably is like,
she was calling me and she was like, I'm so proud of you for that.
Right. Where Dad was probably like, oh, that's good.
You were very mature about this.
Right.
And you were there to support me, obviously.
Not that you weren't proud of that, but
my emotional state, a lot of times I attribute to the way Mom raised me and my not ethical, my value state I attribute to a lot of how you raised me.
All right, so it's good to have the balance too.
It's good to have balance.
If both of your parents are teaching the exact same thing and it's not like a balance that they're both bringing to the table, then you're going to be one-sided. It's important to have a multidimensional
and
upbringing.
we've had conversations about my past relationships and whatnot that have been very helpful. So I'm not saying It's one or the other.
Right.
I'm just saying, like you said, the man in a relationship and the woman in a relationship tend to have certain roles. The mother and the father tend to have certain roles.
A father
as
should
well.
definitely have a different role in his son's life than the mother should.
But so first of all, I hear you. I'm proud of you in your totality.
That's not what he's.
I get.
Of course.
I'm just talking. So like in your breakup, to me, I thought, and I guess women and men are very different how they handle things, so I get it. But to me, what I thought was when I called you, when I said, I speak to mom different and say, I'm proud of you, did the right mature thing, and Megan was a class act. Both your Megans were class acts in your ex and how they handle these things. Mm-hmm. But to me, just being a guy, just thinking from a guy's standpoint, and maybe I'm right or wrong, or there is no right or wrong. When I called you and said, listen, we don't have to talk about it, but if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here for you. Just wanted you to acknowledge that. Because I don't want to keep
opening up and saying you do it if you want to,
and pushing on this one.
But that's what we're saying,
and nor should you if you don't want to.
I don't think that's like I don't think that's like a manly thing. Like,
and that's exactly
what we're saying.
That's exactly what we're saying.
So
we're saying, we know you're there for us. We know you're supportive, but you're saying like this is something that you should handle on your own. Or
no, if you want to talk to me, I'm here for you. I don't want to.
Of course, but
I don't want to pry.
I know your mom is going to pry, so I'll let her handle that. If you want to talk about this, and you can come to me, and I'm there to talk about it.
Parents have different roles. That's I guess what we're getting to.
How did we get on this?
We're talking about daddy issues. If any of us have daddy issues,
right.
But yeah,
great episode, guys.
No, just interesting. But we're proud of you. No matter whether you're financially successful or not, as long as you live a happy, healthy life and you're being who you want to be and you're happy with it, I'm proud. I don't care what you guys do. I don't care how much money you make. As long as you're happy, you're living a healthy life and you're content with what you're doing and you're being true to yourself. That to me is, as a parent, then I did the right thing with my kid. That's all I care about.
I could see it being hard as a parent. I've never thought about this until just now, but as a parent, like obviously you have
expectations.
Yeah, I don't mean specific expectations, but like whenever, like everyone always has visions of what's going to happen in their life, right? And like what their future is going to be. You can't not have that. And then
it never goes according to plan.
Of course not. And as a parent, I could see like when your kids are really, really young, you're in complete control of their life. Like every single thing you do as a parent to your kid is your choice. The kid is just there along for the ride, kind of, like, of course
they live within your world.
Yeah. And so like you're in charge of every decision they're making in their life. And then at a certain point, the kid starts making their own decisions in their own life. And then all those things start branching out. And so the future that you might have envisioned when you were young, a young parent, right? Like say with young kids, you're envisioning this future. And then as it's aging, the kids are making the decisions, and which is then changing your life, right? So like now you were in complete control of our life, but now decisions that we're making out of your control are now changing your life. I could see that being hard. Just like
what's a decision we make?
Everything, like what we want to do with our careers, where we want to live, how we act in our daily life, how much time we want to spend with them, the people who we choose to marry, how we choose to raise our own kids. All these things will have a huge impact on dad's life out of his control. Of course, obviously you hope that you trust us enough and our judgment that the choices we're going to be making are good choices. But I could see that being like a hard thing to come to terms with as a parent. I guess you just do it. It is what it is.
So, look, I really mean it sincerely. Like, you guys can live your life the way you want to live your life. You're right. Mom and I have certain vision and expectations of what we think would be best for you. And we think we know what's best for you, but you're your own person. You're going to do what you want to do. And if it ultimately comes down to you're happy and healthy and you're being true to yourself, then do what the fuck you want to do. I don't really, this is going to sound negative, I don't really care. Like,
you just want us to be
I
happy.
just care that you guys live your life and you are who you are and you make the right choices. And if you, down the road, the choice was not the right choice or whatever, and you need to come back to mom and I for help, we're here for you. That's what family is. That's what love is. And we're going to always support you no matter what. But don't live your life.
Also, not every parent feels that way.
Okay, but I'm just telling you,
I appreciate that you feel that way.
I grew up in a very controlling household. I moved out at 18 and never came back. And I made a conscious effort to try to be a different parent and have a different relationship with my boys than my parents did and do with me. So because I didn't like it, I don't like it. So I don't want you kids to have that kind of feeling in relationship. So it's a fine balance, a very fine line between the balance of parenting you guys, having such a close-knit relationship, and at the same time being your friend, because you gotta be very careful. They sometimes intertwine, and ultimately I'm still your parent, right? And that comes first. But honestly, no matter what, even though there's some things that are very strong to your mother and I, which we really are steadfast on, it's not going to change in the long run our relationship. And you guys can do what you want to do. If you're your own man, supporting your family and supporting yourself and living your life, and you're happy, it doesn't really matter what mom and I think. We're always going to be part of your life. We're always going to be there, good and bad. We're going to treat whoever you end up with like our own daughters. And we're going to have, as long as everybody's healthy, we're going to have a beautiful extended family, great fucking memories to come for the remainder of my life and mom's life. And we just hope you do the same thing for your kids and your grandchildren, and create the values. And if there's things you don't like about what I did or what mom did, you'll try to change those things and make conscious effort. But we're blessed and honored that we feel so blessed to have our family the way we are with you kids and who you kids are. And you both, all three of you have different personalities, similar personalities. You have strengths and weaknesses, and all that is good. And we're all five of us are very, very lucky to have what we have. And the beautiful thing is, what's going to be nice is within the next 5 to 8 years, it's going to be extended with new people in our lives and grandchildren and new in-laws, and it's just going to expand, and hopefully it remains as strong, which is what I fear. That's very important to mom and I, and it'll grow and it'll just be extended, and lots more love, memories, and trips, and great times, and conversations, and laughs, and that's what it's fucking all about, guys.
Well, that's probably why we don't have daddy issues, because you think about our relationship in a very healthy way. Most people who view, all based on what you just said,
right?
Like, a lot of parents don't feel the way that you feel, and so therefore the kids have daddy issues, and so that's to put a pin to wrap that conversation
up. I think
that's
one
similar,
last.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bryce.
I was just gonna say that's similar to what we saw in the rehearsal. Like, you need.
I watched episode the one with the. I'm sorry, I watched the one where he now goes back and he's crazy.
Yes, he's crazy.
He's crazy.
It's actually insane.
Literally fucking crazy. I
don't want to spoil anything because I hate when I listen to podcasts.
He went off track with what he first started with.
Well, that might have been the track the whole time.
Okay, he's
but let's not say anything particularly. He has severe
mad issues.
Major issues.
But he also
but he's a genius.
The biggest issue is that he's doing all this for a show. Like, that's what the main issue is.
He recreated the set for him to be.
It gets even more.
All right,
towards the end, he's recreated recreations that he recreated.
Of actors who were playing in a show of a recreation of a TV show.
He moved into the house, the apartment, and got actors moving that and went to the place where he got actors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
Even
God.
holding the guitar.
He got actors to play actors who are acting in the show.
It's not normal.
Yes.
All right, let's wrap.
We're talking about the rehearsal on HBO. He's a mad genius.
Well, that was a real hard turn. That was a hard turn.
That's what we did.
Well, but as in the last episode, you'll see.
All right, so I love you guys, and I'm proud of you.
Love you too.
This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, hooking me up all summer, and it's been very necessary in the Miami Heat to do it for myself. A lot of people think that you got to Manscape for your partner, or on the hopes of you bringing a girl home or whatever. Not me anymore at all. I do that shit exclusively for myself, and if anyone else gets to witness it, then lucky on them. But it makes me feel so much better to be clean and groomed, and it's just in the heat, it's so much easier not to be TMI.
Well, why not? That's never stopped you before.
I know, I'm trying to be better.
Don't be better. Be you, bro.
But you should always better yourself.
100%,
just like with Manscaped.
It's 100% must. I'm constantly always. I love it for the ears, the nose. I mean, and the chest. It's just great. I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I use all their stuff every day. If you saw my bathroom in my apartment, it looks like Manscaped came in and designed it themselves, because it's all their products. I can even walk you through what I do. So I use my Lawnmower 4.0, which is their state-of-the-art trimmer, which uses their skin-safe technology. So I use it in the shower because it's waterproof.
I see the line right here. You have a nice little line.
Yep. I use it in the shower to trim my chest hair, my ball hair, and my taint hair.
Do you let your hairs go all over your drain?
And then I collect it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't go down the drain.
No.
All right, gotcha.
So I do that. Then, I get out of the shower and I have all their products, right? So I'll put some ball deodorant on, which is their crop preserver. I'll use a little of their ball spray to spritz it up. If I want to do a close shave, I use their ultra smooth package.
That's the best,
which is their blade that your ball sack. First of all, you don't have to worry about it cutting you, but your ball sack will never be softer.
Okay, I'm firsthand. I'm a user, right?
Yes.
I don't understand how that razor can be so good and it doesn't cut.
It's magic.
No, I don't get it. I'm not joking.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
understand it.
While I'm in the shower, I use their 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner, which I just use as my shampoo and I guess my conditioner. I use their body wash. So if anyone has ever met me in real life and they're like, "Ooh, you smell good," it's because I use Manscaped products.
He's speaking the truth.
So you can get your own shit too. You can be like me, guys, and use Manscaped products. So head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. So go over there, get all their products, get what you need, what you're missing in your life. If you have products already and machines, they probably aren't as good as these ones. So get yourself an upgrade.
Well, they aren't, because we had the prior version, then we thought they were great, and then we got the new 4.0, and it's night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
So once again, head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping.
Crazy.
Yeah, the rehearsal's wild.
But
one other thing.
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm not talking about that. I was going to go back to one thing. So one thing is that if there's things that Mom and I did, or will do, and then one day when we're not around, my advice, which is pretty scary to even say, is that don't live in the past. You can't change the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's some people I know that live in the past and whatever, and sometimes you just got to accept things. Like, when my parents...
That's really hard for people, though.
It is, but I'm telling you, but that's where your individual growth is. Because I literally... There's so many things I could say about my parents, and I try to look back on things that put it on a positive spin to maybe make who I am, that improved who I am as a person.
Right, because you're not going to go back and change
You
things.
can't change it.
Yeah.
So it's just such nonsense to keep talking about the past, dwelling on the past. At some point, you're an adult. You need to live your life and not blame other people. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying in general terms.
Everyone does.
I know, but my advice to people is do not live in the past and blame other people for your actions. If these people had a role in your behavior and a role of where you ended up, and you don't like it or don't like those people or your parents or whatever it might be, at some point, grow a pair of balls, become an adult, and change it, or just accept it and move on, and maybe put it in a little filing cabinet in your brain and move on, because you can never, ever, ever go back and change it. You can only change what you do,
your reaction,
and how you live your life. So just live your life. Life is so short. To dwell on these things is like, and you're right, Bron. So many people do. I just don't. Do you know? I don't even like my brother and I. We'll get sometimes of course siblings. We're getting start talking about my parents and shit. And there'll be people like, I don't want to discuss anymore. It's just not worth it.
But like, what's the point?
One minute. I go, what's the point of doing it? Because it doesn't change. I can't get back the next hour of my life. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the present and the future and not dwell on the past. There's no value. I'm going to take time of the present and the future to talk about the bad past.
Most people are
I don't understand
governed by their past.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
And the things that they feel they were wronged by in their past,
okay,
too. That's what
all right,
governs
so
their life.
Wait, you're wrong. I get it. All right.
Yeah.
Now move the fuck on.
Right.
You can't
Of
change
course.
it. You can never, especially if someone's dead, you can never change. You can't change the past.
That makes it worse for some people because then they can't get the closure.
So to me, move the fuck on.
But I think that I fully 110% agree with you. I think that's a very hard thing to do, and I think
it's easy.
when you,
I agree with you, but I also understand that for most people it's not
as
easy.
somebody who
I don't get
who
it,
was
Ronnie.
not
Me
really
neither,
able
but-
to do that, as somebody who was not really able to do that, recently I'm getting better at it, and I'm proud of myself
It's called maturity.
in over the 6 months how I think I've matured. Other people have said I have as well, but I think
You have, by the way, Bryce.
Thank you. When you
Except you started this show talking about puka.
No, I think my personality will never mature. I'm always going to be immature in sort of a humor sense.
How you handle
But
your life.
how you handle situations in real life
Yes.
is different. And I think once you realize that, like, it's one thing, like I said, to make your dad proud, make your mom proud, make your friends proud, whatever. It's another thing to make yourself actually proud where you can see
That's a
it.
great point.
And I finally, like, a couple weeks ago, I finally was like, you know what? I'm proud of me in this specific situation. It's so much easier when you have, like, not a weight off your shoulders, but when you're like, wow, like I am able to do some things and do them right and be a mature adult. And I don't know how to say it, but like I was proud of myself and I was like, oh, that actually feels good.
That's actually, a great point.
And
that you have to make yourself proud
and
as well, rather than other people.
I said it in my head the other day. I'm sure it's a famous saying. It sounds kind of stupid, but like no matter what, anybody in your life can leave you at any moment, right? Whether it's a relationship, a brother, sister, father, mother, whether it's in death, whether it's because they don't want to be with you anymore, whatever it is.
Whatever.
The only person in your entire life who can't leave you is yourself. So the person you have to make the happiest and the most proud and all of that is you.
Well, it's your life. Yeah.
But you have to think about it like you have to do this for yourself and then everybody else. You have to make yourself the most proud. You have to make yourself the happiest. You have to treat that's why I work out. You have to treat yourself in a healthy manner.
Yes.
Because you're the only one who's stuck with you.
Well, and a lot of people do not, like they always say, oh, love yourself before you can love others, which I guess it's annoying, but I guess part of it's true.
But it took me, only up until a few weeks ago, I was able to kind of realize that.
But a lot of people don't even like themselves. They like really are not happy with the person.
It's easy to get down on yourself. It is.
No, but I don't mean down on yourself. I mean at the core, people are like not comfortable with who they are. They don't. First of all, I would say 80% of the country doesn't even know who they are, let alone be comfortable enough with that person to be like accept.
I don't even.
Right?
I agree with you, but I don't even understand that.
Most
life is fucking short. Like Peter.
I know, but think about how many people
and
like so many people like don't know how they feel about things, or they don't know what they want out of life, or they don't know what their choices they should make, or they don't know what makes them happy. They don't know what fulfills them. Most people, like you say, are lost, right? And that's because they don't know who they are. Because if you know who you are, then you make the choices.
Well, yeah, but you can still know who you are and be a little lost on things.
Of course. But
as you should be. You shouldn't be so set in your ways.
Obviously, that's not what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, though.
I think people. The big problem is people are more concerned about what people perceive them to be rather than how they perceive themselves. And who gives a fuck what someone thinks about you if you're happy with who you are?
It's hard. I agree with you.
Not hard.
But listen,
human nature.
Listen, let me say.
That's what we evolved to.
You are successful. You have a very successful marriage, and you have kids that you are happy with the way they turned out. You have your life is so stable.
Knock on wood. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx
what I'm saying is, you're right. Knock on wood. But it's easy for somebody, especially as they're growing up or kind of having all these new changes in their life, to get insecure. They don't realize that everybody else, 90% of the world,
have their own shit.
Feels that way. But like when I go out to a club or a bar sometimes I'll feel, I don't have social anxiety, but I'll go out and I'll be like you have social anxiety.
The difference.
Hold on.
Different than what I'm talking
wait, let me
about.
just say something. But recently I've started to realize everybody feels that way. It's not even that. It's that
no one gives a shit about you and how you're feeling.
That's my point.
That's it. As cool and secure as you think somebody might look, they don't care about who you are. They don't care about what you are, whatever. And all they're worrying about is themselves as well. Once you start to realize that, it's like, oh wait, nothing actually. I don't care what this person says.
It's like a life hack. It's like it's like a cheat code to the game. When you're like, oh, everyone is distracted by their own shit, then I can just, do what I want to do, sneak my way through.
2 life cheat codes we came up with in 1 week.
So I said this before, and the one good thing Nana, I mean, whatever, she used to say when I was in
That's his mom.
My mother who used to say.
Some people listening to this do not know.
No problem, fair enough. Said, and it's the truth, if someone doesn't like you for who you are, fuck them. Those are the words. And as a 55-year-old man, I still believe that that's why I say everyone has a right to be who they want to be. I don't have to force myself on somebody else, whatever, but I have a right to be who I want to be. So I feel sorry for the people. By the way, there's nothing wrong with being insecure, having anxiety, being nervous.
To everybody.
That's normal.
I think it's healthy.
That's why I wanted to say, because
that's normal.
When you were saying when you're like in a bar and sometimes you'll be like a little like anxious socially, whatever. I think the key difference is that there's a difference between accepting that that's just part of normal human,
right,
and that you're not an anxious You're not an anxious person. You're just a person who got anxious.
The environment, the situation.
But most people nowadays, if they feel that one pang of anxiety,
can't handle
it's I have anxiety, and
now I need to
There's a
medicate
difference of
it.
situational and clinical as well.
Like every single person is nervous. Cue for it, Jinx. I've been nervous. I'm a very secure person in who I am. I don't really care what other people think about me. But I've been nervous many times in my
course,
life.
of
But
course.
does that mean therefore I have
uncomfortable.
anxiety and shouldn't?
Wait, and uncomfortable.
Right.
Absolutely.
There have also been plenty of times, by the way, where I've been bored. There have been plenty of times where I've been like antsy and I can't sit still. Does that mean I have ADHD? No. There,
I remember. I went to a wedding.
We don't need,
probably do.
I probably
No.
What I'm saying is we don't need to diagnose everything and medicate everything. It's normal to be
That's such
insecure.
a different
It's normal to feel
discussion, but
sad.
different
It's-
topic,
of course.
right.
But I just wanted to say that.
So I'm a secure person, right? And I don't really give a shit about anything. I remember one time many years ago, I went to a wedding. Mom was sick. She couldn't go to a wedding. I went to a wedding. I had to go to represent us. I was so uncomfortable, so bored being there by myself.
yeah.
I couldn't fucking wait to leave. Like, I knew nobody other than the people being married. I'm sitting there by myself. Like, I couldn't fucking wait after the ceremony. I left.
Yeah, but does that mean you need a 5 amps?
Right. No, it doesn't mean I'm insecure. I just didn't want to be in that situation.
Right.
Made me uncomfortable.
But
that's a normal
nowadays,
thing.
people would feel that feeling at a party and then they would go home. Like they would feel that when they're 13, which every 13-year-old in the world feels uncomfortable around other 13-year-olds.
As you should. It's
But
a
now a
learning
13-year-old will come home and say, I feel really insecure in my skin.
And then go to a therapist and get a drink. I mean, a medicine, right?
Yeah, or even like be trans because they'll go online and be like, I'm uncomfortable in my skin.
Okay, this is a different
And they'll-
conversation.
I
I
know.
don't necessarily want to get into.
So all I'm saying is, I don't know. I think we ended that, right?
Yeah.
But
But I do think it's important to have a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of
and social awareness.
a little bit of
that's life, dude.
But the
And a
people
little bit
who
of-
don't are the ones who come off as assholes. If you have no social awareness,
Well, they do. They're just
Right, they're just
covering, they're
masking
masking
something.
it. That's all it is.
But I also
bullshit.
think like some people, you say a lot on this show that a big problem in the world is that there's no more shame, right? Like people have no shame, and I think.
but I feel that. I really feel strongly about
I'm
that.
agreeing with you.
Right.
I think it's important sometimes to. But you also said like you shouldn't give a shit about what other people think about you.
Little bit
I think
different, though.
There's a medium.
There's
There's a
of
medium.
course a healthy dose of trying to be a normal quote in quotes because what does normal mean? But whatever, like a normal-ish functioning human in society, and with that comes social awareness. And you need to be a little. Normal.
When I say don't give a shit, I mean I'm saying be secure with who
I
you
know.
are. That's what me. Be
I'm
secure.
just putting them all
You're
together.
right, correct. Be secure, but you also have to be a little. You should have shame. You should be able to be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Normal stuff.
Being embarrassed is very important for kids.
I
For people.
no,
I didn't
people
mean
get
kids.
it.
I meant
You need to be
people.
embarrassed a little bit,
And
and
it's healthy. It makes
just have
you a
my
stronger
kid. Just have my
person.
kids around you. They'll
It's
embarrass you
funny
all the
when
time.
that's true.
dad gets embarrassed. You don't get embarrassed easily, but sometimes we'll bring up something and you get embarrassed and you cover your face.
Yeah, you're like a child.
you're like
or like a dog.
and
like
your
covering
your
its hands
face
with
gets
paws.
so red. You're like,
I lick my balls.
Stop.
We were watching Cut videos. You know Cut. Remember we were showing
Yes.
you those videos?
I'd kill for
Weirdo.
Cut, by the way. I would kill for. I'm moving to Portland next week, so I
It's
can
in Seattle.
be on
Oh, of
Cut.
course it's in
Seattle.
Yeah,
of
it makes
course
sense.
Which
it's
it
there.
explains
It
so
makes
much more.
sense.
Oh my god!
Bryce and I this weekend probably watched what
5 hours?
14 hours.
You
No,
guys
way
have-
more than
really?
5 hours. Bryce,
You guys have issues
over the
guys.
weekend. But there was one of them where
You could use those 5 hours study for your real estate license.
I could have.
Yep.
Don't dwell on the past, Dad.
I'm not proud of you anymore. I'm not proud of you.
So I guess I'll go murder.
Don't call me.
there was one where it was parents and children swapping phones and like leaving the room. So like I would leave the room and you would have my phone. And they would say,
I would never want to go through
and
your
then it was
phone.
the other way around. The parent, and so you would find.
I would never want to go through
and
your
I
phone.
would just
I
find a
said
bunch
to
of
Bryce-
weird ass memes
I was-
on my phone. He'd be like, "My son actually has issues."
I was like, how weird would it be if we were going through each other's phones? There would definitely be stuff that you would be embarrassed by.
On my phone, I don't have anything on my phone, honestly.
No, but there was stuff that they didn't even like. There would be a dad there, and they'd be like, "All right, go into their text and search the word sex." So then you'll see every time that they've texted sex. So then like this daughter like found her mom like
No, it's her stepmom.
Her
It was her
stepmom sent like a
stepmom.
tit picture to her.
Yeah, no, but
to-
she was like sitting. It was a funny picture. She was like sitting on the couch. Her dog was here, and like one.
And she just like
one
lifted her
boob was
shirt.
out.
She just like went like this, and they were like, she was like, that was the least sexy sex. And the dad was like, I liked it.
The dad was like, "Whoa."
the dad was so embarrassed,
Yeah.
but like there were things that you don't even realize. You're like, oh shit, I guess that is on my phone. It was just
Yeah,
very funny.
I
would never want.
I don't really have anything on my phone that I have to be embarrassed about. But I wouldn't want to look at your kids' phones because then
I would never want to
because
look
the
at my
reason why
phone.
because if I looked at your phone and there's something you can never take it back.
Right.
I just don't
There's
think it's
just weird
appropriate.
things. I don't have anything
And you
bad
have a
on my
right.
phone.
No, but you have a right for your own stuff.
you would
It's none
look
of my
through
business.
Bronson's phone, and it would be like historical articles and like pictures of artifacts.
Neanderthals.
No, but like when
Wait,
you would go to notes.
His nudes would be National Geographic.
No, you'd go to notes and it would be like topics I can bring up to sound smarter than everyone else.
so when I search Because after watching that video, I was like, I wonder what if I type in sex in my text, what's going to come up? And all that came up was
Bronson was like, sex and gender are two separate things.
How do you do that? How do you type?
Wait, so all the things that came up on mine were like group chats with me, Bryce, and our friends. Like this one says, I want to have sex with her. This one, she wants to have sex with me. This one, if I'm drunk and she is fully trying to have sex, sure. But would I look forward to my weekend? Oh, bro. No, I don't know who said that. This one, I mean, I'm sure we'll have enough girls, but if you want to invite them, you can. One won't have, and then it ends.
What are you typing under? Can I
Be careful what you mean. I don't know what gets sent in those.
Under?
It was me, you, and Tony.
Show me what you
I don't do casual sex, dog. So if you type sex in there and then click see all.
Ew, don't type sex in there.
If you click see all in the top right.
I'm not seeing.
I'm
it.
going
And then
on
it'll
my
bring
phone.
up every time sex has been
it.
sent.
That's hysterical.
See, so there's things in there that you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know that would come up. Look, that's getting embarrassed now.
No, I'm saying it's weird.
I got you.
Oh my God, you guys are idiots.
Speaking of
no desire to look at your phones.
Speaking of sex, and there should be a bit of shame in the world, I have a good topic to segue into.
Last one. You go into my phone and you type
DMs
in,
is a big
you
one.
go
too.
into my phone, you type in homo. It's like me and my buddies calling each other homos. You go into Bronson's phone, you type in homo, and it's all homo sapiens. That was a good one.
All right, go ahead, Bronny.
There's I'm sure though, if like Bryce and I swapped phones and we went into each other's DMs, there would be some real cringy shit that we would.
I'm sure.
Or like Hinge, going through each other's Hinge messages would probably be cringe.
I mean, you'd find nothing on mine, but on yours, that
I don't
would be
mean anything.
hilarious.
It would just be like cringe seeing, like trying to read
like
you
an
flirt with the
opening
girl.
message. Yeah. I have no game. Actually, I have the most game ever.
Yeah, sure.
But
Go ahead, Bron.
So there's this guy he's on the coming up on the internet. Like Andrew Tate's on his way out.
We never talked about that guy.
So we could.
he's already canceled. It's already out.
Who does he even look like? I don't even know what he fucking looks like.
So
Wait, are you
just
talking
got
about
Will Blunderfeld?
Show me a picture of him.
Who's Andrew Tate?
We'll get to him.
We got 15 minutes left.
Andrew Tate. We'll do a very brief. Andrew Tate was this guy who he was like a boxer, right? Like a kickboxer or something, like professionally.
Like
he created this persona on the internet. He was like he had a podcast. He was a voice,
like a Grant Cardone-esque.
right? Like he was like a man's
super
like
masculine.
like I'll
white
teach you how
guy,
to pick up
like-
women and all that stuff.
Okay.
And so he was posting all
But
these
like
videos.
uber aggressive, uber.
I want to see if
Masculine.
pictures, I can see if I know the guy.
You wouldn't. You would not know him.
I'll show you.
Show me the
some,
William
like,
Cartel or whatever you said his name was.
You're like, this is what he looks like.
don't even know who he
So
is.
the thing is, literally 2 days ago, he just got permanently banned from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So he's gone.
But why should he be banned? Seriously, I know.
I
But that's a
agree.
different topic because that's a long topic that we can talk about. But I don't really
No,
want
but
to
he
talk
should not
about
be
that
banned.
right now.
basically like most of his posts. Very long story short, because he's kind of out of it now, and he didn't even interest me to begin with. He would just post about like how to be the most masculine man, talking about like. A lot of people thought he was misogynistic because he'd be like, women shouldn't succeed in business. It's against their nature. That's only for men. Women should just make their man
He's
happy.
probably doing it for shock value. For
By the way, he
notoriety.
100% is. It's all an act. And he's
course.
broken the act before. He's playing a character. And it's worked for him. He's made millions of dollars.
He was the most searched name for a full month, the most searched name on Google in the world.
But people need to get a life. It shows you. He manipulates.
No,
it shows
but
you how
that was his
pathetic
whole
people
plan.
are.
His whole plan was to manipulate the system.
It's like incels. He took over incels and became like their king. You know, because he talks bad about women. And so all these guys are like, I need to learn his ways if I'm going to be
Which is
successful.
pathetic,
like
but okay.
Super pathetic.
But it was smart off of him.
He was running a multi-level marketing thing too.
Yes.
He ran a pyramid scheme. So he had a thing called Hustlers University where he was like, don't go to college. That's a waste of money. I'll
people
teach
signed
you.
up.
Yeah. And,
How was that show you about our country?
Yeah.
They're not doing that in China.
and
You know that.
Yeah.
This is pathetic how
Yeah,
Americans
China
are.
probably invested in Andrew
They
Tate.
probably made him.
And he doesn't live in America. He moved to Romania because he was like
course,
escaping
of
Well,
course.
legal
he
stuff.
had like a bunch of sexual assault allegations.
And
so
so-
he just moved to Romania so that they could never arrest him.
in this Hustlers University thing, he basically was just like, I'll teach you how to be successful. Look at like, I think I have one of his videos.
Wait, just show me this new kid. So is he the kid who's on TikTok who's like younger?
No, he's not a kid. So I think I have the video in here somewhere. But he in this Hustlers,
he could have got split. That's impressive.
No, he's a good athlete, and
he's an athlete.
He's clearly a smart guy, but he used his smarts to manipulate
the problem is
system.
all his shit's been like taken down. But
which is I think so bad.
So part of this Hustlers. This is why he became huge. In this Hustlers University thing, part of the course was part of the requirement was that you had to edit videos of him everywhere, like take his podcast clips, take his appearance on other things, all the stuff that he's recorded, and post them on your own TikTok.
No, you would create a TikTok with the name like Tate Cobra,
Yeah,
Tate Legend,
Andrew
Tate
Fan.
King, something like that.
So he had thousands of people posting his
was
clips
genius.
every day.
It was genius.
So think we have our just one account and we get hundreds of thousands of views, right? And it's great for us. Imagine if we had 50,000 people every single day posting all our different shit. So that's why within
every
1 month,
and
boom,
every video would get
He's
2
brilliant.
million, 3 million, 4 million views.
right. So
So we have Daddy
and
Issues
he-
University.
Yeah, we should.
And he would monetize every video.
The School of John and Bron. We need it. People would sign up, 100%.
Oh,
you
God.
idiots listening would
Yeah,
sign up.
all you absolute idiots.
You're not idiots.
So Andrew Tate's on his way out, and Andrew Tate was the thing why I wasn't really interested in him because I knew he was playing a character and he was in it just
Not
for the money.
authentic, right.
Right. So I was just like, it's a persona. This new guy, Will Blunderfeld, is so much more interesting than Andrew Tate. And
Show me.
he was the one who was on that Channel 5 thing. We're going to go into him.
Dude, just show me a picture of him. He's like, stop safeguarding
Just
Andrew
show it.
Blunderfield or whatever the fuck his name is.
This is what he looks like. But none of these
I've
look like him.
never seen
Is
Yeah,
he
him.
an actor?
this is like what he looks like.
No, I have no idea who he is.
He's
No,
horrifying.
you wouldn't know any. You wouldn't know anything. So he's this guy who his whole thing. He used to be a singer, but now his whole thing is like reconnecting with your masculinity and making yourself like the most masculine.
What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. And that's what first intrigued me by this guy because
It's
he's
a dangerous game.
No, the
because
thing
we
is
have
it
a
gets
bunch
so-
of idiots in this country. It's a
it
very
gets
dangerous
so much
game.
more interesting than it doesn't go the route you think. Like Andrew Tate was like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
This guy's like a hippie, right? So he's very like
Interesting.
anti-plastic because that's
Right,
what
the
first
taint.
I was
I'm
like,
with
oh,
it.
because he's like men's sperm counts are more down, so men are less manly.
Ronnie's
than they've
getting
ever been.
aroused.
No, he said that's what interests me is that he was anti-plastic.
No, well, at first I was like,
Don't look at his phone.
I was like, this guy. No, so
You'll move out.
Yeah, it's gonna be like anti-plastic rights or whatever. I botched that.
all of them. So at first you're just like, oh, this dude's just a hippie. He's just like trying to get men back in touch with their masculinity. And then the more you look into him, the more this guy is insane, but in the most funny and entertaining way. So how he makes his money is he has like classes where people come. He has like this compound in Canada. Like what I went to for like Turtle Island, but like a different one.
People have such sad lives that they
And so
sign up
People
for this
want to
stuff.
find things.
He
They
has
wanna
this
belong.
compound.
It's just sad though.
They're searching for things. Yeah.
And so here's on his website, we can look. And the more you look into it, the more you're like, what?
Semen
Right.
retention.
See, so that's the
training.
first thing where you're like, what?
Oh my god.
So it's called the
What's Sandra
Wild
taking advantage of what?
The Wild Masculine. Take advantage of our payment plan. So he has this camp. Like this is 5 weeks, 2 multi-orgasmic men.
See, that would
a safe bro bonding container. Okay.
It sounds like a gay
Wait,
orgy.
no,
It does.
That's the best part.
Sounds like a gay
So
orgy.
I've done the research today. Like I spent like 3 hours collecting this guy's thing, and I'm going to take you on the journey of him. No, because it's really
on
insane.
gaypornhub.com.
Wait. I never thought I spent 3 hours. On
You got to say you're a little disappointed.
I changed my mind.
So here, no, okay, because it's hilarious. So that's the guy's.
terrible.
So
opening.
the whole thing is
terrible opening.
What do you mean?
Orgasmic and this and that. That's
Right,
terrible.
because he hosts these like men's camps.
He's
where
bisexual?
He has all these men.
Is he
come,
bisexual?
And his whole thing is like, so he has like 3
Answer the
main.
question.
He says he. I want to take you on the
Okay,
trip
okay.
first. Because,
hey. All right, go on.
because his whole thing is like, I want to make men as masculine as like connected to our
So I
Yeah,
can
so sucks. Yeah.
as masculine as possible. And the way he does it
If I
is he
fuck
says
you in the ass, you'll be more of a man.
his 3 main things are like semen retention. He's like, you should
Never-
like not
So,
orgasm.
so you should swallow. The guy should swallow.
and then he's like, you should drink your urine because urine, like you are excreting your like vitamins and stuff. And then his other thing is like being like exposing yourself to the sun. So he says, he's like, every part of your skin is hitting the sun. And we know that like you get vitamin D and there's all this stuff. So what he does
Vitamin dick.
every morning,
not
he
bad.
sits outside
And mansplain.
and naked and spreads his ass cheeks so that his butthole the sun can
So
touch his
that's
butthole.
actually a thing. I heard.
It's a thing.
I heard Huberman and Rogan talking about
Yes,
it.
it's an actual
is-
thing.
It's
the
the
world-
it is the
the
fastest way to get
world-
like vitamin D or whatever.
If you do get
For 10 minutes.
UV on your testicles, it triggers testosterone. Scientifically, it does trigger testosterone production. Because think about it, every part of our skin hits the sun. My balls, I don't think my balls have ever been in sun.
We have to shave 12 inches of hair.
We're gonna come home like in 6 weeks, and
Wow,
we're gonna be
over.
like, "Mom, where's Dad?" And she's gonna be,
On
"Oh,
the
he's
roof."
on the roof, suntanning his asshole."
It's roof. This world is over.
But I collected a few videos of his that we could watch because they're just absolutely insane. Let me plug in. And then
tonight, Bron's gonna be. Bron, you're in the bathroom a really long time.
but as you
Just for tenting.
because the thing
That's
is,
the right word.
I first saw him and I was like, oh, this will be a funny thing to talk about. And then today, when I was looking into it, the more videos I watched,
Daddy Ish is gonna send you on that retreat just to get it as a documentary. Can't talk. We got my mouth full.
because the more videos I started watching on his Instagram and TikTok, which like got banned recently, so he just had to re-upload a lot of stuff. The more videos I watched, I was like, wait, is this guy gay? And then he would have another video where he was talking about, and I'm gonna.
right,
you'll
just
see.
watch it, just watch it.
So this is him talking about why keeping your pee is important.
Who's that, Master San?
This is him.
Erotically, educationally, on my only place and my
So
family.
wait, we missed the first part of what he said. You got to listen to what he says. He says, "So I just cultivated
Sexually, erotically, educationally, on my only place and my family."
Which what he does. I didn't know what that
What was
was.
that,
What's
Masturbate?
only place?
I didn't know what only place is like an OnlyFans. I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. And he hosts every morning. He has an OnlyFans Zoom meeting with his OnlyFans people, and they all masturbate for power. They don't like look at each other. They all masturbate together to, as he says, cultivate their sexuality.
Cringy. Okay, it gives each other.
I had to look it up because I was like, what the fuck did he
makes
mean?
money.
One of
This
the
is
comments
cringy.
says, "Holy shit, bro, that looks like some good business."
Wait, because look, watch.
And so, just like an MMA fighter who drinks his urine after
No,
he
yeah.
trains,
Do they really?
to get all those vitamins, minerals, and testosterone that was secreted in abundance during the training. This happens tenfold in sexual kung fu training because you're actually training the part of your body, your testes, that actually make the most testosterone in the male body. So there's tons of testosterone.
It's a jar of pee for those listening, and he drinks it.
Very good. Holy shit, bro.
Holy shit, bro.
That's amazing. If you want to learn lifestyle hacks,
He's chugging his pee.
Okay,
So that's that.
okay.
It gets so much weirder.
No, it's not normal.
They sit on a Zoom and jerk off with each other.
It gets so much weirder.
This shows you our world, guys. We have made this is all a problem. This is all, one minute. This is all the issue with social media. This would never happen if there wasn't social media.
It's hilarious.
No, it's scary.
If
It's
social
not
media
hilarious.
didn't exist, this guy would say this to one person, and
And
the
it
guy
would
would
end.
punch him
It
in the
would
face,
end.
and
It
then
would
that'd be the
end.
end of it.
But
This
is this
is
not
scary.
It's hilarious. So
No, it's scary.
Listen to this.
Soul shaman druid
As a double soul
archetype.
shaman
It
druid
is
archetype.
bringing me so much joy to see the men that I've been coaching around the world grow their penises, increase their confidence, increase their testicle mass, increase their sperm quality and motility and sperm count, become more confident with women. This is my dharma. This is
So
Here's the
This
thing.
one he's talking
I'm going to
about
say something
retaining
that's
your
going to be
semen.
a little weird.
yeah.
I think this is.
Oh my God.
Is he jerking off?
He's no. He's jerking off, but not coming because you
Before
need to retain
before
your
we play
semen.
this, I want to say something that's a little weird.
This might get us banned from YouTube.
This guy
Don't
is
put that-
I won't get us banned. I'm
this
just not
guy
gonna
is
monetize
the
this
weirdest
video.
guy ever. Nothing he says is based off of anything correct, whatever. But what I will give him, I think he's in it for at least good reason.
That's
I
why
don't-
I think he's more interesting than Andrew Tate. I think this guy believes his shit, and he's like, I want to make the world a better
I
place.
also think he's trying. He
I
said
don't.
he was like, I want to give men more confidence with women.
I think he's laughing at you now.
No, I don't think he's. The more,
But he's jerking
like
off
that.
with a bunch of dudes. If he
Watch
didn't
this,
believe
watch
it, he
this.
wouldn't be jerking off.
Keep your 3 gates shut. Wow.
How funny!
Bronson, I can't watch this. You
What
guys
does
have
your
to stop.
vitality feel like in your loins? Breathe it up, absorbing some of her extra yin energy, keeping you cool for the summer, baby.
My brother summer, baby.
Okay, so that
This is. I got to tell you, you kids are screwed.
this is where it starts to get really weird because those
Weirder?
I don't know what to do though.
Because
I
those
don't know
first
what to
few
do.
things
What
I was
can we
like,
do about this?
I was like, this guy's like, he seems gay, right?
I just have some cum in my beard. I just performed singing, masturbatory, dancing, ejaculating, all triple threat sex magic ritual. And this is a really beautiful, beautiful thing. When you combine all your passions, sexuality, dance, vocal toning, singing mantras, in your sex magic ceremony, you supercharge. So when you do
God, it's bizarre.
choose to ejaculate,
So that one, and then this one, and it keeps building.
It's
These keep
weird.
building. Watch.
What's up, yogis? Just about to
That's a
stick
butt
this
plug.
up my butthole and go for a nice walk and do some breath work and some anal squeezing, some pelvic floor exercises in nature, just out there in the park. And
city?
this one is Green Adventuring.
Vancouver.
They're out of stock at Chakrams.
So he's gonna go on a walk with the butt plug in to connect with whatever.
This can't be real. There's
look,
no
watch.
way.
So most of you know that I love being naked in nature, and one of the places where I have been doing that for years is Wreck Beach. There's a whole forested area.
This one I was
called
like,
the Foreshore
weird.
Trail, where you can just walk naked and just with your bros and just have your cocks out and just piss together in the forest and
Why,
drink it if you
though?
want. It's super epic.
And drink
Why?
if you want.
Now it's just
Super
gotten
epic.
so
Watch.
cruisy, and there's like a monkey pox, injection station right in the forest, and everybody's, all the gay dudes are getting their injections, and if that's something that you feel you want to do, it's a free world. But
So I saw that, and
what
I
I
was like,
really don't like is when so many of them are like ogling at my penis and the cocks of my bros, and it makes us really uncomfortable. And
So he's
now
talking
I'm just
about
never going to be walking
Them
down
having
there.
sex, gay people.
he's
in
talking
there.
about he's naked in the forest with other guys, but then he hates that there were gay guys who were looking at them being naked. So I was like, okay, that's a little weird. This guy seems like he's
Oh my God, Dad has infinite links.
yeah, because
He has infinite links of this guy's
Woman.
penis drinking
I had
stuff.
an amazing organ meat dinner with my bro, and then we got naked and we just chilled in my bed and watched some Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we basically just held each other's mushrooms and kind of just like massaged the heart meridian, because in Chinese medicine, at least in classical Chinese medicine, the penis is the outermost extension of the heart.
they massage the
Especially that
penis
heart
as in
meridian.
that.
Let's see if
I can't.
show this to you right here. So this is a diagram in terms of penis reflexology. It's a little bit blurry, but you can basically
So he said that he
Okay,
just hung
he's-
out with his
there's-
bro.
He's a
Everything
weird-
I just said
Yeah,
about
look,
helping
look.
out, I take back.
He's a
everything.
weird
Watch, watch.
dude.
What's up, yogis? So one thing that you can do if you are a dude who finds yourself lusting after the cocks of other dudes is when you start to notice that your psyche is doing that behavior, train yourself to do something different that's more stag-like, more studly, more in alignment with your original self, rather than the chihuahua caged version of yourself that you're currently embodying. And I'm just speaking from my heart and from my life, because I was there. I know what it feels like.
Okay, so he's
so he's
gay,
gay.
fighting it.
So he's
Right?
100%.
Right? And it's-
100%.
But he talks so ill of gay people. He said your chihuahua
But that's a
caged
mask.
life.
That's a masking or whatever you call it.
right? Like, and then there were all these pictures from his retreats that I found on his Instagram.
Do I want to see these pictures?
Woman.
though?
No, they're on
Woman.
Instagram. He posts them on Instagram. Like he posts, what is this?
Two dudes
kissing.
kissing.
It's him kissing.
And they're both wearing fedoras.
And he said, this is from his retreat. Lions are known to engage in erotic same-sex bonding to create bonds and interact with each other. Lions live in a social group known as a pride that consists of 2 to 18 females and 1 to 7 males, blah, blah, blah. Successful coalitions have usually created a strong bond with each other and will take over prides. Once winning in a competition, all males in the pride will be kicked out. He talks about how, like, animals, I don't know.
No, he's definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
No, if you're gay, that's completely fine.
Fine, who
But
cares?
don't
another.
hate yourself for being gay and say it's
Woman.
wrong and then
Woman.
drink people.
So today at the beach, after a beautiful bro bonding time, me and my bro, we had a nice, beautiful, camaraderie-fueled little kissing session. And it was so beautiful, and it's so cool to know that ancient Greek men would do this before battle. Same with my Celtic ancestors, who would not only kiss each other on the lips, they'd also kiss each other's nipples. They would literally suck each other's nipples before battle and share each other's beds to release oxytocin and help to balance out their endocrine system.
And the caption,
Okay.
he says, the Matrix doesn't want you kissing your male friends because it would make you feel too good. Release too much oxytocin and then you would stop comparing and competing against all the men in your life, and the Matrix would crumble. The fastest way to crumble the system is to be physically close with your male friends.
Okay, so he's gay, which is
No, but
okay.
then look, which one is it? There's one.
But the
I saw this one.
The
It's-
messages he's giving to young
Look,
men is so wrong.
He posts these video, like they were on his website. He has like a course where he'll teach you how to like pick up women, and he says that like he's a pro at women. And these are the pictures that he shared. I mean, the most gay pictures ever. This is what the picture that he shared on
That's
his
gay.
own page to be like, I pick up women.
Oh,
and
no,
then-
I think he's.
You got this
It's
is
all gay guys doing
this
this.
Are
is
we
the
not
last
going to
video I
talk
have.
about how he jerks off with a bunch of dudes and drinks his pee?
This is the last video I have because I was like, and this is the caption before I play. He says, I fully accept and love that I have attraction to both beautiful men and beautiful women. Does that mean I need to box myself in like you do? No. I am an unlimited and I will never put myself in a box. If you want to do that, go ahead, but don't force other people to do it. Some of us like our freedom. Like he's so
He's
anti-gay.
Yeah, he's.
Oh my God, just accept that you're gay. You're gay, honey. Sunshine, just accept you're gay.
Have you seen my Twitter? I fully accept that I have same-sex erotic attraction and opposite-sex erotic attraction in my being. Now, there's a difference between fully accepting that truth and having you, some random person on the internet, tons of you gay people, trying to force everybody to identify with these restricting, limiting labels that come with so much baggage. You know what? If you want to label me, you can call me Paggit. I can't say it, otherwise they'll ban me. That's the one thing you can call me, because that's what they shouted out the window when I was the only boy in choir, throwing shit at me.
Oh my God.
Okay.
He's got past trauma. That
Okay,
he's masking his gayness, right? He's got
Okay,
it.
but listen, what he's saying is, don't put a label. I do what I want to do.
Of
That's
course.
all he's saying.
Of course.
and
And
he's,
that's
he's
his whole, like-
bisexual. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
but don't put down gays.
He does.
But he
That's what I'm
does.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it because
I think we're focusing on the
And he
wrong
should-
things here, guys. Whether he's gay or not, sure. Whether he doesn't want to accept that he's gay or not, sure. He has retreats where he jerks off with other dudes and then drinks each other's
and
peas.
they pay for it.
And
You
there's-
guys come.
there are adult men who pay for this.
Look, see, this is every Sunday on Zoom at 10:30 a.m. He has a sexual kung fu class. Learn how to not need to ejaculate.
Why wouldn't you want to ejaculate?
Look, we can sign up $25.
He's saying you build
Look here. See, this is what I'm showing you. This is the Zoom. He runs daily uncensored training in sexual kung fu and naked yoga.
Videotape these guys and have this
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah, of course.
And
So look, we can go. This
No,
is
no,
his
Bronson,
only.
don't do this.
No, well, we'd have to pay for it. This is his OnlyFans.
Sorry.
and
Oh
he
my
he
God.
runs.
he makes a lot of money, I'm sure.
Like, look, this is literally a picture. Sexual Kung Fu Sundays on Zoom. All these guys are naked, and they're like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. Semen retention training. He has the Manhood Academy. My main aim is to share ancient teachings from China and India to help you increase the size of your penis, your erection quality, your sexual performance and stamina, and of course, improve your overall confidence.
All right, let's move on. It's gross.
Crazy, right?
It's gross. God, it's amazing.
But he's the next.
What's amazing is that people pay.
He was just kicked off of Twitter.
But why?
He got his TikTok and Instagram removed, but he started new ones. That's why, like, he only has.
So I had an amazing organ meeting.
He only has 3,000 followers. He used to have like a lot more. This is it. He says account number 7.
It shouldn't be. It's not right. He should be allowed to do that.
Well, Bronson
why
and I
should
talked
they
about
have
this
Bronson?
morning,
Why should they
actually.
have other things?
Oh my God, there's 1,000
this?
naked dudes.
One of the unfortunate conditions of life is that men are in most instances de-energized by sex while women are energized by it. Men have to be more careful around their frequency of ejaculation, whereas women do not. One other potent way for men to maintain their masculine polarity and power is to erotically bond naked with other males without ejaculating. This will keep your prowess high and your male polarity strong, which will make you more attractive to and attracted to very high feminine women.
All right, I don't.
It's a picture of him
Bizarre.
standing with 10 naked dudes.
They were looking dirty, looking dudes.
How isn't that crazy?
But see, what I mean, we could spend another hour on this thing, but why would they be banned? But you can do things.
Well, that's a
that
whole
see-
separate conversation.
You can see crazier, sicker shit than this. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
banned. It's wrong.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
Well, if he was, by the way, if he now
woman.
if he just said he was trans, if he didn't even say whatever, if he just said I'm trans and he was doing all this sexual stuff, he would be applauded.
100%. You're right.
Hell
He's a
yeah,
white
take
male.
your transsexuality.
Right.
into
You
it.
be who you are. You go boy, girl, it.
He's a white man who talks ill
Right.
of gay people. So, for sure, gone.
Correct. It's disgusting. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Let's go to a
So that's that.
fatherly
Fatherly advice. I just wanted to share that guy
That's
because I feel like
weird.
he
See,
might
this-
become huge.
This confirms my thing about social media. This world is crazy.
The more I do the podcast, the more I tend to agree with you on that.
It's
Right?
crazy.
It's crazy. When you, the more shit you see on the
You know
internet,
what's crazy?
the more you're
Not
like,
The more
the
cynical
world's
I become.
over.
Wait,
But
not
that's why I don't
about-
really watch that
Wait,
stuff. I
wait.
never watch the news because I don't want to become cynical about this
Not
stuff.
about that this guy's a nut job. Is that he has a following. That's the point. He could be a nut job.
Yeah,
He
but
has a following.
it's a one-off, right? It's just a weird guy, no problem.
No,
But
he has
to
a following.
To make hundreds
People
of
pay.
thousands of dollars.
People travel to Vancouver to have him
imagine?
grab their cock.
Could you imagine? People are weird, man.
You're confident. I'm confident.
Weird.
All right, we'll do a fatherly advice. For those who are new, and if you have gotten to this point of the episode and you still have survived after that, oh shit. This just fell off.
Just do it after.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Ronnie.
that we do a thing on the show. What the hell?
It goes right here, bro.
yeah.
It's just this middle one goes right there, and then that one goes right in their corner.
What's the purpose of that?
It keeps from free. It's not connected.
Gotcha.
Like every time I hit the mic, you don't hear it because it's suspended. But see, every time you hit we do a thing on this show where like it's an advice column that you can write in. The link is in the description of the show if you're interested. And any situation that you need advice for, life, relationships, professionally, even how to get your car fixed, anything like that you don't have your own dad to help you, you can use our dad. We'll lend him out to you. So this, let's see. This is from Anonymous.
Ooh, these are good ones.
My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 6 years, and we have a daughter together who is 4. And he has a daughter as well from an old relationship.
Wait, start over. You lost me. Go ahead.
Okay. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years, and we have a daughter together who's 4.
Fine.
He has a daughter from an old relationship who I consider to be my stepdaughter.
Okay.
He has been trying to gain more custody time with his daughter since his ex left, and he's only allowed every other weekend, even after 8 years. His ex is currently pregnant with her new husband and has now been more lenient with the daughter coming over, especially since it's now summer. My issue is our 4-year-old daughter is having bad separation anxiety when the other daughter leaves and is constantly crying over the fact that her sister isn't there. His ex has been okay with us having her more, but every time we schedule any sort of event with her, such as a vacation or coming to her sister's dance recital, she always makes some sort of excuse and doesn't let her over. The excuse is typically something like, I don't think it's a good idea or whatever. I've had to then explain to my daughter why her sister is no longer coming to her dance recital or coming on vacation. We had all planned together. I've been dealing with this petty drama forever now, and I'm just hoping to have some advice on what I can do to make these situations better for all of us. I've wasted so much money on planning events that don't turn out because her mom isn't willing to let her go. My boyfriend's exhausted of playing the game of cat and mouse, and I was just curious if you had any opinions. And then in parentheses, court order has been put in place for his weekends, but if anything is ever brought up to them, they always side with her. Oh, God, I don't know. That's a hard one.
I'm not even going to answer.
You're not going to answer?
I mean, that's such a complex and adult situation.
Okay, well,
and you are neither complex nor an adult.
Yeah.
You're a simple child.
Hence the lack of answer.
You know, maybe when the mother's baby is born, maybe she will want some time alone with that child.
She'll relinquish more freedom.
Maybe
to the older
she'll
kid.
relinquish more freedom where the can come to your house. I think your husband or / your boyfriend, who's the father of the child, needs to just see if he can sit and talk some reason into her to allow the daughter to come over more. In addition to that, the thing with regards to your daughter being upset that why she's always leaving, I think you just have to explain to her, and she's, you have to talk to her and explain the situation. She'll understand it, and as she gets older, your daughter, she will understand more, and you just have to deal with it. It's honestly, I get it. It's a tough situation, but this is the situation. I know it doesn't make it any better, but when you come into these blended families, if that's the toughest thing you have, I hear a lot harder and more crazy nightmares of stories between blended families. So hopefully if you guys get along and there's really no major issues, I think over time that will change as the daughter gets a little older and can have some, what is she, 4, she said?
Yeah.
I think when she becomes a little bit older in a couple of years and has a little more say and a little more of a voice
That's
of her
exactly
own,
what I was going to say.
I think that things will change. And I think that as the mother of the newborn, when she's going to start putting more attention to that one, and I think the husband of the wife is going to want that because it's his child and not his stepchild. I think that there's going to be a little more leniency. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it just is the situation because that woman is the mom of the kid. So, you can't you're not going to have more power than her.
But the father can get more involved.
I just think communication helps all situations.
I think you just also have to don't tell you can't bring up your daughter's hope. You can't say we are going on vacation with your sister and then it doesn't pan out. I think you just got to not build up expectations from your daughter about her sister. And then as your daughter ages, she'll be able to form her own independent relationship with her sister, independent of all the parents, right? Once the two girls get phones and they're in middle school, they'll be able to communicate on their own, hang out on their own, and build a relationship.
I really think that once she has a child with this man, and it's directly the man's child, not stepchild, he's going to want more alone time with that one, and I think she's going to give him more freedom.
I feel bad for the daughter who's going back and forth. That sounds hard.
Yeah,
for her.
That's a shame. That's divorce.
She's the only one who's really
She's the one who's
she's a victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the same token,
Sounds like she's good parents.
but
though.
if you have two sets of loving parents and a stepmother and a stepfather that accept her and
On
treat her
both
well,
sides,
on
there's
both
full-
sides,
yeah.
she'll be okay.
it's
right.
at least they're fighting over her and not fighting for the other person to
keep-
take.
not
It seems
Exactly.
like they all care about all the children.
Right. And today's divorce is so prevalent. You hear all the horror stories. The fact that at least they seem like they all get along and they both have what appears to be a loving stepfather and loving stepmother, and that this woman who wrote anonymous wants her stepdaughter around more is a nice thing. It could be I don't want her around.
Right, exactly.
And then that's a problem. And so I say try to look at a positive spin. Unfortunately, this is what you're going to deal with your biological daughter, and you're going to explain to her. And I think as they grow older, they're going to get more and more time together, and that's where the informative years come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we hope
It could be worse. I guess that's the advice.
Right.
It could be
so
worse.
we hope we answered your question. And Bronny, tell them for the new listeners who are current listeners who just listen to us on Mondays about how they can get an extra episode on a weekly basis.
If you're an hour and 13 or hour and 15 minutes into this show and you've enjoyed it, then you definitely would enjoy another hour, which we do every single week. On Wednesdays, we release another full episode every single week, and there's 75 of them that exist currently.
I would say they're arguably better episodes.
Most
as
of them
because
are.
they're more intimate. There's
Yeah.
something about them, and we can do things like we can put things up in there where we don't get canceled. With certainly, we got to be very
We
careful.
show
on the-
more things there.
Right. So on these regular ones that you hear on Monday nights, they're great, but we got to be careful because they will cancel us. On the Patreon ones, we can show a lot more things and talk about things
Raw and uncut.
Raw and uncut, exactly right. Where we don't get canceled. And how do you
You
join
can
that,
go to
Ronnie?
if you go to patreon.com/daddyissuespod, or the link is in the description if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you're watching on YouTube.
What's the link again?
Patreon.com/daddyissuespod. And it's $5 a month. You get 4 extra episodes a month. And then for $10 a month, you get all the extra episodes. And we do a monthly Zoom call with everyone in that tier. Every single month, we hop on Zoom with you and shoot the shit.
And we've known for a couple of years, we've gotten close and developed nice friendships with our top tier Patreon members. It's talking for the regular patrons, it's $1.25 a week.
And you guys are starting the new one where for $50 a month you can get on a Zoom where
we'll all jerk off
together.
Crazy. No, you have to pay me a lot more than that. But
I'd do for $50 a month.
yeah. So if you can do that, that'd be great. We love it. Bronson, this is a source of income. We greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get to know us more. You spend more time with the Bloom clan. So,
and who wouldn't want that?
okay. So on that note, I love
Now
you
nobody's gonna
guys.
sign up.
Thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate your loyalty. Appreciate your support. And we'll speak to you soon. Boys, love you guys.
Love you too.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.